Okay, guys. Yeah, we're starting a little early because I was getting a little too antsy. I was here just like rewatching a few scenes. I'm gonna be watching the film as I talk about it, just to refresh on a few things. But yeah, like I said, I was getting really antsy just sitting here because everything was already ready, and I was like, "What the hell? Just start. Stop lollygagging." Okay. All right. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I was live tweeting. Not live tweeting, really. I didn't start live tweeting until I started finding problems. Until I started finding problems with the movie. But yeah, I was live tweeting the movie a little bit, and I said that I was gonna end up doing like a little review on it. At first I was just gonna record myself talking, then edit it later, but I didn't want to wait that long because I'm already working on another review, and I haven't streamed in a while, so I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it on stream and just do like uh, a live review of Pet Sematary, the remake, not the old one, because I didn't like this movie. It's not necessarily bad. It's just blah. It's bland, and yeah, I think someone said it in chat. It's just generic, and I didn't give a shit about this movie. But there's a lot of dumb shit too that doesn't make any sense. It kind of doesn't make any sense, and just needless changes, shit that didn't need to be changed. I don't know. It's been about a couple of years since I've seen Pet Sematary the original, so I might be a little rusty on a few things. But I have enough of I think I have enough of a oh my god, enough memory to compare both movies and details. So okay, all right, let's get to this. Let me rewind this a little bit because like I said, I am watching the bootleg as I'm talking to you guys, just as a refresher. But yeah, the movie starts out like the movie's just, when I'm watching it, it's a slow crescendo of bullshit. Like first, it starts out. The movie starts at the end of the movie. Like the first, the first scene is the last scene of the movie. And already you're just like, why are you doing this? Why are you showing me shit that I should? No. Don't ever start especially when it's a horror movie or a thriller or something we're supposed to be thinking about. Don't show us the last scene. Unless you're a filmmaker who knows what the fuck they're doing and knows how to keep us on, at the edge of our seats and keep us guessing, and because it just seems it's pointless. It's so cheap and pointless. Oh, look, something horrible happened here. It's like, yeah, we know, motherfucker. We know it's a horror movie. Like, that's the reason we came to watch this. This is to see something horrible happen. Don't show it to us. Like, don't show it to us now. But anyway, yeah, it starts out first fucking oh shit. First fucking scene is the last scene, which is really dumb. And then it cuts to the family, the Creed family. They're from Boston, and they drive to and they're moving to what I'm guessing is Derry. I'm guessing it's somewhere in fucking oh god, where's Stephen King from again? Uh uh Fuck it, I don't know where he's from, but like that the place where Stephen King is from, the area he uses in all his books and all his movies, they're moving there, whatever. And this is when it starts with the heavy foreshadowing. I don't know if they did this in the original, but yeah, they're at the house, they're really happy, his family, bullshit. And then of course there's this huge stretch of highway or like this huge road right in front of the house. And then it's like they're talking and there's this huge jump scare. The truck just like zooms right past the house, and it's really fucking loud and abrupt. It's a jump scare, basically. And I don't remember quite remember them doing that in the original. I don't know, but it's just I didn't like that bit of foreshadowing. It just see like looking back at it now, it doesn't it's not it doesn't work because they're just hammering it into your fucking heads. Someone's gonna get ran over. Someone's gonna get fucked up. So you have to make the movie on the assumption that someone has not seen this movie yet. Like you make it like they did back in the day. We're like, oh no, we don't know if anyone's read the books. We don't know if anyone this movie hasn't existed before. But it seems like it's just like, oh, callbacks. Like, oh, look, a truck because a child is gonna get hit by a truck, and it's. Oh yeah, that guy. What was this book? That guy asks. It was supposed to be 8:30. Yeah, I know. I got impatient and I wanted to start the stream a little earlier because I was just sitting here like everything was set and I was just like, let me just start it now. Fuck it. But anyway, getting back to this shit. Yeah, but everything starts out. Apart from that foreshadowing about the truck, uh, yeah, everything's basically normal. They're moving to the house. They're happy. Blah blah blah. The husband is a doctor, and he's played by Jason Clarke. You may have seen him in that whack ass Terminator Genesis movie. His career hasn't been doing well since he's been in. Well, it hasn't. It's not going well if you were in Terminator Genesis, but whatever. Yeah, but yeah, he's a doctor. The mother is something I don't know what she is. I think she's a stay-at-home mom in this, whatever. And they have their two kids, Gage. We're gonna talk about the kids in a minute, but like their kids are Gage Creed and Ellie Creed, and it's very clear from the opening, not from the opening, from the beginning of the movie that she actually it's the trailer, very last trailer revealed that it was gonna be her run over by the semi instead of Gage, which is when I first found out about that, I was fine. When I first found out about it, I was fine with it. It was okay. They changed it up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Then as I watched the movie, it kind of it became more and more obvious that it was the dumbest thing they could have ever done, and it was clear that it was done for really lazy reasons. But we'll get to that later as well. But yeah, the Ellie and the mom start walking around the premises. They're doing some shit, and they happen upon this some kind of processional or like funeral ritual with these kids that are wearing masks and shit, and they're carrying shovels. They're carrying them in a wheelbarrow to the pet cemetery. Blah, blah, blah. And like I don't know what the fuck, because I don't know what that scene was all about. They just needed more creepy kids. I don't know. I have no fucking clue why a bunch of kids were wearing bunny, like these creepy bunny, horse, and rat masks down. I don't understand why that's in there. But the kid sees it. Oh, she's creeped out. Yeah, pointless. And then later on in the movie, the kid gets a little curious and she runs off to the pet cemetery to do a little sleuthing and investigating because kids. And that's where she meets John Lithgow, who's playing Judson. And this Judd is a lot different from, oh my god, Herman Munster. I forgot the name of the actor, but the Judd from the original, the guy who played Herman Munster, that Judd was more creepy and kind of sinister, and it seems he seemed kind of like he's like he was up to something. But the Judd in this movie is more sad and lonely. That's the direction they went with, which is fine, whatever. I was fine with it. Like it's like I said, it's just there's some things this movie did right. There's some things this movie did wrong. And like he's more of a sad widower in this one than a creepy loner who seems like he just wants to fuck with his family. Because that's the vibe I got from the last Judd. Like, yeah, he seems like he wants to help this family and is, you know, yeah, he means well, but it seems like, I don't know, he seems like he just seems like a creepy old fuck who wants to screw with people. Now that Judd was better for the movie he was in. He was the better Judd. But this one, it's not that he's bad. Like, this movie is more based around the grief of the characters. Like, it's the theme. It's the central theme of the film is grief and how you handle that and what you're willing to do in that situation, which is fine. But they fucked it up. They kind of fucked it up. Like, there's some things that fucked it up. And it was just kind of like, they didn't really do anything with it. But anyway, she's exploring the Pet Sematary area, and she's climbing something. She falls down and like pierces her leg on this like wasp nest, this wasp nest, and whatever. She gets a stinger caught in her leg, and he pulls it out, and they bond kind of, and you know, oh. Like I said, he seems like really sad and lonely. He kind of bonds with this little girl because, you know, whatever. You know, he hasn't had a lot of human contact, it seems. And like this one part in this scene that made me go, "Oh, this fucking kid." It made me think it was kind of like some kind of meta moment in the movie, but she talks about how she saw how the Pet Cemetery sign was misspelled, and it's just like, oh, you fucking you fucking. Nothing against the kid, like the character. It seems like more, like I said, like some kind of callback or meta reference. Like, oh, the sign is misspelled. Like, yeah, we know, motherfucker. We all know that. Why are you pointing that out? It makes the kid kind of look like a smarmy know-it-all. Like, yeah, we know it's misspelled. That's kind of the point, because they're kids, they misspell things, and that's why it's misspelled. Are we supposed to think she's smarter than the average kid? She's not that smart, considering what happens later in the movie. But anyway, yeah. And then her mom happens upon Judd and Ellie talking and shooting the shit. And everyone's just, like, unreasonably mean to him for no reason. Like, just snippy at Judd for no reason, because he's not the same Judd from the original. The original Judd was, like, suspicious and, like, he was weird. Like, he was weird in a bad way. Like, he was kind of sinister. And I, like, there would be, you would have reason to be snippy at a motherfucker like that, because he's weird, and he's around your kid, and you're just like, okay, da, da, da. But, yeah, this Judd is actually just kind of nice, and he's just a little introverted. But yeah, she gets kind of like snippy at him, like, yeah, whatever. See you later, Judd. And and then it cuts to Ellie, the father and the mother, like they're putting her down to bed, and then she asks the question, like, why do pets die quicker than humans, or some shit? Yeah. She asked, why don't pets live as long as people? And the father's like, oh, metabolism. They have less metabolism. No. They have a faster metabolism than us. So when it runs out, they fucking die. Like, and basically this scene is just like the parents, like, undermining each other back and forth. Like, he's trying to tell her, like, the real shit about life and death, and the mom's like, oh, remember when your grandma died and I told her she was watching over you? Jesus. And the father's like, this is what made me dislike the father. The mom's trying to soften the blow of the dark subject matter that's being told. And the father just goes in like, oh well, we don't like. Oh, the mother says, oh, people go to heaven and all this shit. And the father's like, well, she doesn't know if that's really a thing. like totally fucking totally fucking bodies her in front of the kid. Undermines her. And the look on the wife's face is hilarious. Like she just wants to beat him upside the head. With a tire iron, whatever. But yeah, they're undermining each other in front of this kid. The kid doesn't notice because she's a kid. She doesn't fucking notice. But it's clear from this scene that the father, he has no faith because he's a, he's a he's a doctor and he believes in facts and logic. Facts don't care about your feelings, man. He listens to Ben Shapiro podcasts on a regular basis. Like he's that nigga. he's that trill. But yeah, that's his thing. He's got the scientific, rational mind, and of course he doesn't believe in the afterlife and shit. And I wonder what snaps him out of it later. Pet Sematary, whatever. And then it cuts to, and then we're at the point in the movie where the wife is talking about like this movie moves really fast. She's already talking about her sister Zelda, the one she had to feed and shit. And she had the one with the spine disease or whatever. She's already talking about that. And it's only like, 13 minutes into the movie. And she's already talking about this. And it just seems kind of fast. But yeah, she's talking about it. And I'll give her this. Like the acting in general is a lot better than it was in the original. Because everyone seemed kind of like, especially the father in the original, seemed like he was in another fucking movie. It didn't feel like he was invested. It didn't feel like he was a grieving father. It just seemed like he was kind of like, fucking kid is dead. So yeah, the acting is good. And that's a point in the movie's favor. When they were grieving, it felt like they were actually a grieving family. It didn't. And they could have pushed it a little further, but it is better than it was in the original. But yeah, she's talking about the Zelda, the sister, and that, that shit happens. And then the next day, the father's at the hospital. And this is where, this is the scene where he sees Victor Pascal, which is a character from the original, who ends up being like a ghost who floats around the movie. And he gets hit by a bus or some shit, but he gets hit and he's fucking mangled, trying to save his life. And like, his fucking head is like, half his head is damn near gone. He's ground beef. He's ground chuck. And he's trying to save him, and then he dies. But then the doctor, like, Then he has this vision of Victor Pascal getting up and saying, "Oh, well, hang on." Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what he said exactly. I might just turn.
Lewis.
Yeah.
The barrier was not meant to be broken.
Yeah, basically that's what he says. Like, the father has a vision of Victor Pascal saying, "The barrier must not be broken," which is kind of soon to be warning him about that. He hasn't even, like, you're trying to warn him away from it, but, like, you're kind of encouraging him. Like, he's not thinking about it right now. So it's kind of having the opposite effect of what you want. Like, he's gonna be more curious about it now. You're kind of leading him towards it, which I don't know if is the point. I don't think it is, because he was kind of warning him the whole movie. But how are you You can't do that. Like, it's kind of dumb to do something like that. To warn someone of something that they're not even thinking about right now. But yeah, anyway. Victor Pascal gets hit by a bus. Doctor tries to save him. Victor warns him about the pet cemetery for some fucking reason. And then, I don't know, fast forward to Ellie going. Ellie went. Ellie. This is the thing. Ellie went to Judd's house by herself, 9-year-old, and considering the fact that she barely fucking knows this guy, like we as the viewer know he's a harmless old man in this movie, but 9-year-old going to an adult's house by herself, the town you just moved to, that's a huge no-no. Like, where are these fucking parents at? And she says, I want to show you church. My cat named after Winston Churchill. Whatever. Like, the movie is completely monopolized by this girl. Like, in the original, we got a little bit of the Ellie girl, and we got a little bit of Gage. Well, we got enough of the Ellie girl to know that she was significant and to know that she was part of the family. Like, we never forgot that she was there. But in this movie, you almost completely forget about Gage's existence. he's just like floating around the goddamn movie. And it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny sometimes because they'll cut to him when they mention something vital to the plot, and you just imagine this kid being like, yeah, still in the movie. This used to be centered around me. What the fuck? They just cut to him like making weird faces and shit. Like, it's funny. It's really funny. But like, Stephen King named his character Gage Creed. Like, that's the coolest fucking name you could give to somebody. Gage Creed. It's like, it's obvious based on his name alone that he was supposed to be the important part of the movie. And now like the person with the coolest name has little to no screen time. It's fucking ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, the parents, everyone's asleep, and the husband has a vision. The husband has a fucking vision of Victor Pascal again. And Victor's like, and once again, like, how are you gonna warn somebody yet lead them to the thing at the same time? Yeah. Anyway, like, yeah, Victor Pascal leads him outside and he warns him of, oh, the ground is sour. Don't go here to this fucking place that I am leading you directly to. Don't go here. Just, oh, God. Yeah, it's really dumb. It's really dumb. The fucking, yeah. Why? I don't want you to go here. Because there's an ultimate evil here that'll fuck you up. But I'm gonna lead you directly to it. Like, I'm gonna give you fucking directions, motherfucker. So when something does inevitably die, you can actually get the idea to come here. You dumbass. Like, that's where I started noticing, where I really started noticing the problems with this movie. All right, and then he wakes up from his dream and Gage is there, which is another funny scene because like he startles him awake, and it's a jump scare, of course. And it's another scene where you're just like, you just imagine this Gage kid like, see, I was scary. You could have used me to be like the main character in this movie, but you didn't. Like, it's so funny. Like, you just keep this shit in mind when you watch it, and it becomes really funny. Like, Gage gets barely any screen time in this movie. And, oh, yeah, and the doctor, the father, thinks what he had was a dream, but it wasn't because he wakes up with fucking dirt on his feet. And that's peculiar. And suddenly it's fucking Halloween, and Ellie suddenly has some friends that she's gonna go trick or treating with. It's kind of a big time leap, I guess. I don't know how that shit works. But anyway, Judd is creeping around the house, and like he catches the doctor's attention. He's like, "Hey, come down, like come over here. The fucking cat is dead." And this is where shit starts to jump off. The cat's dead. We gotta fucking. The cat's dead. We gotta handle this, and it's best we do this at night. Wink, wink, because we all know what's gonna happen. He's gonna take his fucking dumbass to the pet cemetery, so they can bury the damn thing. And I'll give him this. They established a relationship between Ellie and Judd in order for this to make sense. Because I think in the original he was just like, yeah, look, come on, let's just bury it on the Pet Sematary. It's just like it's like Judd just wanted to see some fucked up shit happen because he was bored or something, or did he just wanted to fuck with his family? From what I remember, it just wasn't clear. From what I remember, it just wasn't clear why Judd wanted to bury that thing in the fucking pet cemetery. But in this one, like I said, they give the reason makes more sense. So I'll give him that. I'll give him some points for that. And then, like after that, we go back to the mom talking about Zelda again. And the Zelda thing wasn't handled that well. It's not scary at all. Like, it's not like how it was in the original where it was, oh my god, where it was creepy. It was really creepy. Like, it was one stagnant shot, like one still shot of Zelda. Like, she's already all the way in the corner of the room, and then she walks up to the camera like like an old witch. It was really scary. Good shit. But it's they don't do shit with it here. It's just the same. It's just the same standard horror movie garbage. Like she does this shit where she's crawling towards people, and she's like like this that phony contortionist bullshit. And it doesn't work. It's just lame. She looks like a movie monster. She doesn't look like someone with a debilitating disorder. I mean, honestly, chick from the original didn't look too average either. Like, she looked a little too. She looked kind of, They put 100 on 10 with her makeup too, but they still did something with it. It was still creepy. But anyway, she's telling this story about how one day the parents left her alone with Zelda, and she's trying to feed Zelda. And instead of bringing it up to her directly, she used the dom waiter. Like, she put the tray on this little motorized thing and tried to send it up to her. But I guess this is what happened. Zelda went to go get it out of the dom waiter and then fucking fell in. It's funny when I think about it. She fell in and basically like got caught in there and fell. And there's a jump scare, another fucking jump scare, of course, where she looks in there. The other sister, she looks in there, and the tray and the food is just splattered everywhere in the dom waiter. But she looks in, Zelda's not in there. But then, of course, jump scare, and then she falls down to the bottom of the dom waiter, all like a big balled up piece of paper. And yeah, that's it. And yeah, she's really traumatized over it. It's horrific, whatever. And then after that, Judd and the father are off to the pet cemetery. And Judd keeps like leading him like further into like the sour ground. And Judd was like, "Hey, you love your daughter, you want to make her happy. Follow me to this cursed land where you can bring back, Make your cat into an evil zombie. You know, why not? And the father brings up some interesting questions, like why the fuck are we going all the way out there? Why not just can't we just bury him here? And he's just like, come on, come on. You're already suspicious of this old man. You're already kind of like, blowing him off like he's an asshole, even though he's been really nice to you since you've been here, and he hasn't really shown any signs of being a creeper. And you're being like an asshole, but at the same time, he's not like, hey, I don't want to go all the way out here to bury a fucking cat. What are you doing? I mean, he could have told him right then, hey, maybe I can help the cat and bring him back. This ground can heal him. He could have lied to him a little bit. I don't know. But it's a problem in both movies. Like, why are you leading this motherfucker out there? And, like, there's no real questions being asked. There's nothing like, hey, why the fuck do I need to do this? But yeah, they go all the way out there. And they bury the cats. And they go all the way up like this long, like makeshift stairway to get there. And it's like all this fucking just ow. I mean, it seems like they're traveling to Narnia. It's longer than the entire journey in Lord of the Rings. And Judd is basically stringing him along the whole time, like, because the father's like, "Oh, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing?" And Judd's like, "Look, we're just burying a cat." And he takes a little. Some shit makes me laugh about this. Like he takes a little, little puff off his cigar, like, "Hey, we're just burying your cat." It's like they're trying to keep that sinister tone that Judd had from before a little bit, while maintaining that he's a sympathetic, lonely old man. And it's just, they try to have their cake and eat it too. I can't stand it sometimes. Yeah, and then the next morning, they, like, the kids waking up and the parents are in there, and it's like, and right, they go in there to tell the kid, oh, the cat, sometimes cats run away, and blah, 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 but but the daughter's like, nah, motherfucker, like, the cat's not dead. She was here last night outside. Not she, well, whatever sex the cat is, whatever. But the cat was outside next to my window last night. And the parents are like, doi? They're like, oh, what? That's not possible. And then, like, and apparently the cat's in the house, in the closet, in her closet. She points to the closet like, he's over there. That cat is too cute to be evil. I'm looking at the cat right now. The cat is too cute to be evil. I mean, you get some kind of unsettling vibe from it because, like, one of his eyes is crooked and shit. But it doesn't seem that evil to me. It seems more cute and disheveled. But yeah, the cat's back and he's hiding in her closet, and of course he gets a little snippy. He starts his, I don't know what you call it when cats do that. He does that a lot in this movie, but yeah, he does. It's clear that he ain't right. That he's fucked in the head. And the next day, of course, the father's got some questions for Judd again. And then Judd get like, and the father's like, "What the fuck? What were we doing out there? Like, what's going on? Why is the cat back? What the fuck? What are hot dogs made out of? God damn it!" And then Judge is like, "Hey, this is what you wanted. Didn't you want to save your kid from the truth and blah blah blah? And don't you want them to shield them from death? Blah, blah, blah. That's why we went out there." And then that's over. And now the cat's basically around, just randomly, just randomly getting pissed at people. It's kind of funny because before, like the cat from the original was just fucking scary. Like, of course, the cat, all cats, well, most cats are cute. And they're all cute and cuddly and nice and shit. But the cat from the original was light years more scary than this one. I mean, his eyes would just like randomly start glowing. Like, what the fuck? I mean, come on. The cat from the original wins. I mean, I appreciate this cat and what he did with his performance, but the cat from the original was better. That cat was a lot scarier because he started out normal, like a normal cat, a normal, cute, gray, chubby cat, and then all of a sudden he was just satanic. This one is like he's just kind of pissed off. Yeah, it just seems like this cat is just kind of dirty and pissed off. And all right, and now the daughter's trying to clean the cat. I mean, when I say clean, I mean like brush when she really should be like actually cleaning him because he's covered in like in gunk in flesh, like his own flesh. He's just gross looking, and she's just brushing him. And there's a point where she brushes him a little too hard, and then he snaps at her and scratches her arm up. And like I said, it doesn't seem like the cat is evil, just pissed off. Who like anyone would be pissed off if they were revived from the dead after suffering a painful death. But yeah, her Violet O'Banion says glowing eyes actually happen when the light hits them wrong. I know, but it's done really well in the original movie. It's done to the point where you think, oh, it's not what's happening. It's not because it's the light hitting the eyes weird. It's because the cat's fucking evil. And I think the light on the eyes thing in this movie only happens once. And it's not even that good. It just seems like a really cheap computer effect. But anyway, I think the doctor is having another vision. This is the point where he has another vision from Victor Pascal. And, yeah, he's warning him again. It's like, oh, there's gonna the destruction of everything you love, and everything you love is gonna die. So let me lead you back to the fucking place again. No. This one is foreshadowing the fucking truck crash again. I think this is the third time they do it. They do it once in the beginning. They do this for the second time when the father, is at he's sleeping at a stoplight somewhere, and there's a truck that startles him awake or whatever. And then it's the third time when he's in another Victor Pascal vision. Like, okay, we fucking get it. There's a truck that's gonna hit somebody. You don't need to stop it. Stop with reminding us so goddamn much. It's not that. Just stop. We get it. All they had to do, because this is something I might be a little fuzzy on. I might be wrong, but in the original, they didn't have to keep reminding you with a truck passing the fucking house every day. All they had to do was like when the scene was gonna happen, it was just gonna happen. Like they teased it, I think a couple minutes before it actually happened, which worked really well. It was tense and it was a build up. And you're like, okay, who is this truck gonna hit? Like what's gonna happen? What's gonna? You were tense the whole time, and the way it was done well. But anyway, like after the Victor Pascal thing, the mother has a vision, has like another Zelda freak out. Actually, I don't fucking know why everyone's having visions and shit. I think, oh right, John Lithgow does say somewhere in the movie that this place or like that place does something with your grief, like it turns it against you, whatever. I thought that was just the ground. I thought it was just the ground that was bad, but I guess it's the whole area. And we get another jump scare from Zelda falling down the dumbwaiter. It's like ah! she just she just falls and goes kerplump. Whatever. I don't know why I'm laughing at it. But yeah, the wife is she's just freaking out about the Zelda thing. But I'm not gonna mention it that I don't really mention it that much in depth because it doesn't really matter because it doesn't go anywhere good like it did in the original. So, but this is where shit gets trill. uh, the father's what the fuck was going on? Oh yeah, Ellie was drawn. Looking through her drawings, like, oh, doing the father thing. Oh, this is nice. And then he finds this one drawing where it looks very similar to Victor Pascal. It's a circle. It's a stick figure man, but like half his face is like red and mangled. And she says that, Gage drew it, which I don't understand. Like, cause someone his age, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, anyway, he goes up. He hears some shit upstairs. I think Gage was screaming or some shit. He goes up there, and it turns out the cat hurt him in some way. I don't know. It's a bootleg. Can't really see it that well, but somehow the cat hurt him or something. Like the cat was in the baby's crib, and it seems like he hurt Gage in some way. And of course, he was doing his trademark growl, and he was hissing and doing all this bullshit. And I think this is the scene where he does the eye glow thing, and it's not impressive at all. It looks like some CGI shit. Even in a bootleg, I can notice the CGI, which is not. That's not good. That's not a good thing because usually CGI looks like you can cover up certain imperfections with bootlegs because it's all fuzzy and the coloring is fucked up, But you can see clear as day that it's CGI. Wait. Oh yeah. Oh fuck! I screwed up my place. Sorry guys. What are you doing? Okay. Yeah. See, this is where the cat's eyes glow, and it doesn't look good. It looks like fake ass CGI shit. I want to show you guys. Let's see if I can. God damn it. Yeah, I think I might show you guys this shit right quick. So just give me a minute. Okay, here we go. Now it might be a little faint, but you can fucking tell it's not real. It's CGI, and there's not enough sun coming in the fucking room for it to be like a light effect. So just I don't know. But let's see if I can show you guys this right quick. I just want to show you guys how this looks because it doesn't look good. At least not to me. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, hold on, guys. Shit. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna maximize this. Yeah, see? You can't see it that well because it's dark. But yeah, it's obvious that that's a fucking effect. That it's not that is not natural. Like it looks so real in the original, and that shit just looks like a couple of radial gradients. they maxed onto the cat in After Effects. That doesn't look good. It looks kind of creepy. like kind of in a way, but you have to like just like look at it. They cut immediately cut away from it for obvious reasons because it doesn't look it looks fakey. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, that's how it looks. I might do this a couple more times. Might not be able to play any video because YouTube be tripping. But yeah. But yeah, the cat got the fake glowy eyes. He's growling at shit, and he's in the kid's crib. Clearly, he's disturbing the child. Yeah, he grabs Gage and takes him downstairs. But like, one thing I noticed is like this cat is still fucking covered in blood and flesh. Like someone fucking washed this damn thing. Or if he's acting funny, just take him to the vet to be put down or something. Like, come on, he's a cat. You can't kill nobody. Not really. And then he goes to Judd's crib and tells him about the history of the Wendigo, which I'm pretty sure is a Windows font. he tells him about the Wendigo, which I guess is a guy with antlers. I don't know. But yeah, he starts talking about the circles in the circles in the trees and the Wendigo, and then he says his trademark line. Sometimes dead is better. I think he says it now. Yeah, but he's talking to the doctor about sometimes the ground brings things back, and dead is better. Oh yeah, and he was talking about his dog. His dog, like yeah, he tried to climb a barbed wire fence or some shit, and he got fucked up, got an infection. Father had to put him down, and they were like fuck, like, and they basically buried him out in the pet cemetery, and then he came back. He came back fucked up. He was got snippy and turned into an asshole, and they had to put him down and whatever. And he says how he thought, oh well, I thought he'd be okay with the cat because he was a nice cat. My dog, he had he was kind of a fucking asshole, and that's probably why he was an evil. He came back. But it's such stupid logic though, because if you know they come back different anyway, why would you risk that? And this is where like it kind of starts falling apart, where logic starts to get really fucked in this movie. Yeah, he says the line, "Sometimes dead is better," and then they go to another scene where the doctor, the father, is trying to put the cat down. is trying to sedate the cat and get rid of him, but he can't do it because the cat starts out evil. And this is actually foreshadowing another scene in the movie. I'm not going to tell you what it is quite yet, but he's trying to put down the cat. And the cat's acting real like a snippy asshole at first, but then the cat's at first like, get off me, motherfucker, and then he immediately switches up his tone, and he's like, no, don't poke me, please. He gets all the big he puts on the big what do you call it, the big Puss in Boots eyes, basically, like, no, don't hurt me. So instead the doctor just says, fuck it, I'm gonna put you in a cage and let you out in the wilderness, miles away from our house. And as we all know, that's not gonna fucking work. That doesn't work. He's gonna come back. We all know it. He's a supernaturally reanimated cat. You think he's not gonna find his fucking way back home? Dogs find their way back home, and and other cats find their way back home just from memory. It's like, dude, come on, he's gonna find his fucking way back home. Oh, thank you, Mr. N, for the $5. In fact, I saw a couple other super chats. Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't notice earlier, but I was really getting into talking about this movie. But yeah, thank you, Mr. N, for the $5. The Wendigo are basically giant cannibal humans from Native American folklore. Just to point that out. Yeah, this movie has a way of making me not care about any of anything they're talking about because it just doesn't affect the plot at all. They don't try to make it sound interesting. So, but thank you for that, Mr. N. And now we're at the day of the birthday party with Ellie, and this is when she gets. Yeah, if you haven't picked up on it by now, she is the one who gets ran over by the truck instead of Gage. And this is why I'm gonna let y'all know why this is dumb as hell. It is dumb. I thought it'd be okay at first. When I saw the last trailer like a week ago, and they said like it was basically out there in the open, like, yeah, it's Ellie. Ellie is the one who dies instead of Gage. And at first I was like, okay, they're like I said, that's okay. They're switching it up. They're doing something different. Fine. But then what they did with it, it's just like it just oh. But then they did the thing, and then you're reminded why it was a stupid idea from jump. And here's why it's especially stupid. Like, they're having the birthday party, and the kids get fucking set. Like, both kids, Ellie and Gage, get separated from the party and from the parents. Okay? And it's set up this way, and I'm like, whoa, they're both getting separated? Okay, what the fuck? What the fuck? The Gage, the little boy, he goes out. They're playing some kind of hide and go seek, or maybe he just runs towards the car because whatever. But he's next to some black car, like in the driveway or next to the house, whatever, and where no one can see him. And I'm like, why are y'all setting this up when we know Ellie's gonna die? What are you gonna do? What are y'all doing? And then Ellie's separated because I think they're just playing some kind of hide and seek game. And she's out in front of the house where the road is, and she sees Church come back, of course, because we knew that was going to happen. And this dumb idiot, this fucking stupid little girl, she runs out she says, oh, Church, you're back. Like, this is fucking Homeward Bound or some shit. This ain't the movie for that. Okay, and she runs out to the street to go get him. Okay, she goes out the street to go get him. Okay, all well and good. She sees kids are going to go and find their cat because they love them. Like, find their pet out in the street. They're gonna go bring him back because they love him, whatever. But she doesn't do that. She goes out to the street and basically stands in this fucking street with him. She does all these fucking dramatic pauses, like, Church, it's you. Oh, like she's taking her sweet fucking time to get out of the street. Okay, and here comes the fucking truck. She's just standing out in the goddamn street. Oh, it's making me warm just thinking about it. Like, warm with rage. She's in the street, like this, biding her time in the street. Fucking around with this demonic cat. I mean, it looks like they kind of implied that the cat wanted her to die, which is kind of dumb. I don't know. It's just dumb. And so they cut, like, all right, basically, she's fucking around with the cat. They cut away to the truck coming down the street. And then they cut back to the Gage next to the car. And then you see Gage running into the street, too. The Gage is about to make his way down there, too. And you think we're going to get that. You think we're going to get the Gage death. But no. The father notices that Gage is running out into the street. Why he's running out into the street, we don't know. It's not like in the other movie where it's not like in the original where he's trying to catch it. He loses track of his kite and he's trying to go get it. There's no reason for him to be running out into the goddamn street. There's nothing there. Like, I swear to God, one minute he's standing at a car and the next minute he just decides to run into the street. Like, say what you want about kids, but they're not that fucking dumb. Come on. There's got to be some motivating factor for him to go out into the street. There isn't any. He just runs out there for no reason. And then the father gets him before the truck hits him in this magnificent last-minute rescue. It's like it's straight from a fucking action movie. It's so unrealistic. No way in hell. Did you get swipe? It's like trying to outrun the way that how fast this truck is moving. It's like trying to outrun a fucking train. It's that bad. And like when Gage runs out in the middle of the street, there's like a split second where they show the truck right behind him, and it's the worst fucking green screen I've ever seen. It's so bad. Even as a bootleg, you notice that. It's so bad. and and for some reason the fucking this is little shit. It's little shit, but the truck driver has a flip phone, and I don't know. It just bothered me. The way they go back and forth between all this dumb shit, and then they get to that flip phone, and I'm just like, oh, what the hell? It just made me even angrier. Oh, Mr. N sent me another super chat, $2. Pet Cemetery and its obsession with trucks. Why? I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Oh, let me show it to y'all right quick. This is just. I'm gonna show y'all how bad this green screen is. It's so bad. Hang on. Look at this shit. Look at it. Look at how bad this fucking green screen is. Hang on, let me zoom in a little bit. Look at this green screen. Oh, wow. This is so bad. But y'all see this shit, right? This is the worst green screen. Like, this is a major motion picture. Okay, and what the fuck? Yeah, it's that bad, guys. It's that bad. And I'm about to show you, there's some more, and we're not done yet. Like, there's some more terrible CGI to witness. We're getting there. But anyway, the father saves him at the basically, the truck driver wasn't watching what he was doing. He was on his phone, and he didn't see the kid in the middle of the street. But the father snatches him up just at like at the split second. But it's so like the green screen ruins it, and the way he just snatches him up, it's just like, no way in hell you would have caught him in time. No way in hell. With how fast that truck was going. But then the truck misses Gage. They do a fucking fake out. It's the most disrespectful fake out. I felt so fucking disrespected watching this. Like, they fake you out. They make you think it's gonna hit Gage, but it really, like, the truck basically misses him. It does like a sharp turn, and somehow, the back of the tanker truck, the cylinder thing that's usually attached to tanker trucks, it detaches. Like, the truck is going forward, and like this is the thing on top of it. The truck is going forward. Oh, God. Alright, I think I'm back, guys. Fuck. And my internet just decided to start fucking up. But I fixed it. I got it unclogged. I guess is what you want to... if that's what you want to call it. Damn it! But, yeah, I'm back. God damn it. Okay, so where were we? I was just talking about how bad the CGI was. Oh, yeah, the kid. Shit. Basically, the scene was just a huge fake out. And they made you think Gage was going to get hit at first, but it's really Ellie. And they do it in the most... They do it in the most fucking obnoxious way possible. Yeah, sorry, Clever Fox, man. My internet just like went out for some reason. Right when I was getting down to the good shit. But yeah, like I said, it was a huge fake out. They make you think it was Gage, but it was really Ellie, and they do it in the most obnoxious way. The truck looks like it's gonna hit Gage, but then the father catches him at the last second. And it is dumb because there's no way he could have gotten him that quickly. Whatever. But then, like, the truck has to make like a hard left, and then the top of the tanker truck, like the top, like the back of the fucking truck, like it detaches and goes straight down the street, straight towards Ellie, and just fucking hits her. All right, but here's this. But this is the bad part. Like, the CGI on this is just so bad. It's terrible. Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys in a second. Right when it derails, you can just tell how fake and CGI this is. Look, wait a minute, okay. Okay, wait, let me show you guys. Oh wait, it's not showing up. Oh damn it. Okay, hang on. I gotta refix it. And I'll get back to you guys. Okay, there we go. Oh no, wait, I was right the first. God damn it. I'm so unorganized. Okay, but here's the tanker. And it looks so fake. Look at it. It's so much CGI. This why? It's like the fucking truck is a couple of feet away from the kid. You can show the truck coming at the kid. Like there's ways you can make the truck look closer. Like you can make it look like there's a truck coming towards the kid, but you don't have to have it that close to the kid. But you can make it look like it is without fucking incorporating CGI. But look at that shit. Look at that stupid shit. Hold on. Okay, here's a frame by frame. Look at this. It looks like shit. It looks like garbage. Yeah, and like someone in the chat said, Courtney DeWild said, can't she run straight forward or down the road? That's what I'm saying. She's not. That's why it doesn't work that they changed it from Gage to Ellie, because she's cognitive enough to fucking run, move out of the way. I mean, it could have been barreling down the street pretty fast, but then you think about it, it's like it shouldn't be going down the street that fast. Not the tanker part of the truck. Now with the guy, the truck driver himself coming at her and not seeing her going 60, 70 miles an hour down the road, fine. And her not having enough time to react, fine. That's fine. Even though the particulars of her being in the street were fucking dumb in the first place. But fine. But no, they got the derailed tanker actually kind of shouldn't be going down the street that fast. In my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know shit about physics. But I don't know. But yeah, she should be a 4-year. It's a lot easier for a 9-year-old to know that they're about to be killed than a 4-year-old. Sometimes a 4-year-old doesn't understand isn't gonna understand the dynamics of a large fucking cylinder object coming straight towards them. That's why this just doesn't work. And like it's when it gets closer, like right before it hits her, is when you can really tell that it's CGI. It's terrible. It's really bad. It's like I'd say 2007. Like when movies like in 2007, like the CGI was better than it usually is, but it was still they were still working out the kinks and it still looked like shit. That's what it looks like. So basically, they get hit. Like she gets hit, and they make it seem like such a huge deal, but it's not because they just did it completely wrong. The sound drowns out, and it's all quiet, and the slow motion happens, and it's all dramatic. People crying and shit, but you just don't care because they didn't do it well. It's not good. And the father, instead of like rushing towards his daughter to see if she's okay, he's just kind of like walking, like, oh, what happened? And they show the kid. The kid basically like she got hit, but it's a huge tanker, right? They show her that she got hit. She's not in the street. She's on the sidelines in some brush, and she is perfectly intact. There's no blood on her. She's just like in the bushes, lying down. She's got no. Hold on. Let me rewind this. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all this too, because it's so bad. It's so cheesily done. This is supposed to be R-rated, and there's no blood on this girl, no flesh strewn about, and she got hit with 2 tons of hell. she got fucking pummeled. She should be in pieces. And she's been perfectly intact. No blood. Like there's like blood, but it's like little splashes. Hang on. Like I'm gonna show y'all. It's gonna get. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm just want it at a good angle, so you can see what the hell I'm talking about, because it's so sanitized for an R-rated movie. Okay, 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 okay. All right, all right. All right, look at this. Look at her. Like, fucking look at her. There's no grunt. Like, he's hugging her. He's got no blood on him. There's no blood on her. She's in perfectly good condition. It looked like she just got knocked out. It's so bad. It's terrible. I mean, she's just lying in, like, she's lying down in the grass. It doesn't look like something horribly traumatic happened. It's not believable. It's not. Oh, it's trash. It's such trash. It's like, oh my god, the truck hitting her to begin with. It looked like some fucking. It looked like a fucking scene from a Fast and Furious movie. It didn't look like it was supposed to be in a subdued horror movie. What were they thinking? All right, and just smash cut to the funeral. No fucking around. Like, straight to the funeral. And everyone's crying and shit. Everyone's really messed up. And then, like, Judd's at the funeral too. And the father looks over at Judd. Like, the father's broken up. He's crying and, like, devastated. And he looks over at Judd like, bruh, you, me, Pet Cemetery, midnight. We doing this. Let's roll. It's on. Like, I think I'm exaggerating, but that's exactly how it looks. And, like, because there's like a musical cue when he looks at him. And it's like, yeah, it's on. It's fucking on tonight. Oh shit. Yeah, but yeah, that happens. Yeah, they lower the casket and blah 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 blah. And they're reeling. This is the point where I was like, okay, they look like they're reeling more than the family in the original, but at the same time, it just doesn't. I want more devastation. I want more emotion. It doesn't seem quite. I mean, the mother was already going through shit with her sister. Like, she was still skitzing out about that. And but yeah, the mother, she's still going through. She's going through, and she's like, I can't be here anymore. I can't stay here. I have to get my head together. This place is fucking with my head. So she leaves. She goes to her mom's crib with Gage too. And the father is like, he goes to a dark place, and he and Judd meet up somewhere for a drink. And they start, like, fucking agonizing over this shit. And it's like, oh, Judd, he basically gets all remorseful, like, I shouldn't have showed you that place, man. It fucks with your grief, man. I shouldn't have showed you that place. And then the doctors are like, well, but you did. And, And, like, Judd knows he's already got it into his head that he's gonna go dig up his daughter's body and put it in the pet cemetery. He already knows that's in his head. And so Judson immediately tries to extinguish that thought, like, look, she's not gonna come back the same. Stop. No, don't do it. Don't do it, nigga. And Judson, he starts getting, like, weird. Like, oh, I gotta lay down for a minute. Like, literally. Like, he starts getting fucking weird. Like, he says, oh, I can't take this right now. I gotta lay down. Like, he literally says that. I gotta go. I gotta take a rest for a minute. And the doctor takes that as his cue to go secretly go to the fucking the perfect moment for him to go to the cemetery, dig up his fucking daughter. But first, like, first the wife calls him and asks him, like, can you come be with us? Because, your kid's fucked and I'm fucked and we're all just fucked here. And he says the funniest shit because he's in this mode where, like, he's just over everything, and he's kind of like, just he's what do you want to call it? Oh my god, he's gravely sarcastic, like darkly sarcastic about everything. And he says, what does he say? Let me see. He says, oh, that's what he says. Hang on. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna rewind that because it was actually kind of funny what he says. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Let me play it because it's kind of funny. Like she asks, "Can you?" And she's being like real sincere. She's being real sincere. Like she's crying on the phone. Like, "Can you just come be with us?" And then he says this shit. All right, listen.
Gage needs you, and
I'm really wiped out, honey.
He says, I'm really wiped. He says it's such a sarcastic tone. I just can't take it seriously. But whatever. Anyway, yeah, that shit happens. He says like I can't come out right now because he's gonna go, of course, dig up his daughter and put her in the pet cemetery. That's pretty obvious. You can tell his mind is fucked, but there's no. It's the movie is so rushed they don't take the time to develop his mindset and how he changes his outlook because he's supposed to be like a staunch realist who's all about facts and logic, because facts don't care about your feelings. Ben Shapiro. But they don't fucking show it. They just go straight into like I'm doing this shit. It's on. And he goes to dig her up, and what really pissed me off is like what pisses me off is like he goes to dig her up, he opens the casket, and she's perfectly fine looking. Still, even in the fucking casket, like she's got like the mortuary airbrush. She's in a nice, pretty little dress, and there's not one mark on her. Not fucking one. Not one. It doesn't. It looks like nothing hit her at all. But yeah, he's digging her up, but then they cut back to the wife. She's remember now she's at the parents' house where her sister died, and so she's still skizzing out. She's right next to the dom waiter, like having visions, like and hearing her sister in the walls, seeing blood drip from the dom waiter and shit. Like, and I'm like, okay, she's still having visions, but she's not at that area anymore. So I don't know. I don't know how this shit works. I don't know. Because like I said, I don't remember the original. Like it's been a while since I've seen it. It's been a couple of years, so I don't remember. I don't know why she's still having visions, despite the fact that it's fucking over. Like she's not there anymore. But yeah, now Gage, like, of course, because we can't have it's not a Stephen King movie without a clairvoyant child. But anyway, like the little boy now sees God, I forgot his fucking name. But he sees the dude. He sees the ghost dude walking around. For no apparent reason. I don't know why the ghost is following this kid. That's why, like I said, the Ellie Gage switch doesn't make sense. Because if he's trying to relay a message to the parents, wouldn't it be smarter to follow someone, I don't know, who can fucking speak full sentences? Why? Why? And understand the gravity of the situation? Why the fuck? That's why this switch doesn't work. That's why did they switch it? I don't understand. Well, actually, I do. They're trying to capitalize off the creepy little girl trope because everyone's familiar with that. They didn't want it, and of course, like who? Of course, they probably just don't have the balls to show a 4-year-old. Not really show it, but like show a 4-year-old being trampled by a truck. They don't want to show a 4-year-old be evil. Like just pussy ass niggas, just pussies. But anyway, like yeah, now we're at the father burying Ellie in the pet cemetery. And like I said, she looks perfect. Like there's nothing fucking wrong with her. I mean, I think they show later when she comes back that that there's this huge gash at the back of her head, but like it's just a perfect gash at the back of her head, and that's it. In the original Gage, when he came back, he had like a little scar in the middle of his head to symbolize that his skull had been like crushed and split open from the collision. Nice little sign of what happened to him. It's still a little like unbelievable. Like he should look fucked up. He should look like shit, but still, it was conveyed to us in a more naturalistic way that he was mangled by that truck. But yeah, he buries her, and he goes home and broods, and he simmers on it, whatever. And I think he goes home and lays out some clothes for her, like he just knows she's gonna come home and she's gonna put on some stuff, and we're just gonna have breakfast. We're gonna go to Forever 21 or whatever the fuck when she gets back. He's just so sure. And okay, when does this girl come back? Oh my god. When is it? Hey, I think she comes back now. Oh yeah, he's asleep, and I think she comes back while he's asleep. And oh god, this is what I'm kind of fuzzy on. That I actually need to watch a little bit. Okay, hang on, guys, because I am a little fuzzy on the part where she comes back at first. But she comes back and she talk like the reason why Gage being the zombie kid was more effective is because he doesn't know he's a child. He doesn't get any of this shit. Like he doesn't know what happened to him. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. Like all he knows that he's just filled with evil. He still talks like a child. He still has like the understanding of a child, kind of, and that's what made it work. But now, like the 9-year-old comes back, she's talking. She's basically talking like a goddamn supervillain. And it gets one part that's really fucking funny is when she basically goes head to head with Judd again. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, you're taking too long, movie. Like, hurry up and show the bitch. She's taking her sweet fucking time. All right, okay, all right. All right. He goes outside. Well, the door was open. He was asleep, and she basically snuck in the house while he was asleep through the front door. He sees like footsteps going inside the house, and I think he finds her where in the no. He comes up. She comes up behind him, of course, because we have to have that moment. She comes up. She comes up behind him while he's looking at something. Oh god! See, this part moves so goddamn slow. Okay, hang on, guys. Ugh. Because this scene is so slow. Fuck! All right, he's downstairs and like he's looking at this mask. It's one of the same masks that the kids were wearing at that communal. What the fuck was it called again? That little dog funeral they were having. Whatever. And then like of course she sneaks up behind him. Is like, hey, Dad, I'm back. And she's all zombied out. She's all pale and whatever and filthy. And he's happy to see her, and like he's all, of course, he's at the point where he's just fucking nuts. So he gives her a bath, and it's basically it's like he's washing a doll. I think this is the only like truly creepy part of the movie where he's washing her, and he's brushing her hair, and it's like brushing doll hair. It's like she's completely fucking stiff, and it's like it's just like it's like she's just not receptive to him like a normal human. And it's just obvious that she's not right. And that was actually pretty good. That was a nice little creepy element that like added to it. Like it was a subtle creepiness that actually worked. Finally, you know. But then they show that huge gash at the back of her head, and it's like, oh, that ruined it. Because how, like, she just has a gash at the back of her head. She was hit head first. She was hit head first by that goddamn tanker. Like, what the fuck? How does she? Oh, heck no. This is the thing. How does she have a scar at the back of her head, and she was hit in the face with that goddamn tanker? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And plus, she flew. She flew into the brush. How the fuck? Whatever. And there was no blood in that scene. But she has this huge gash at the back of her head to symbolize the fact that she had her head crushed in. Just But anyway, he puts her to bed after the bath. She talks about how, oh, I remember my birthday party. You know, I was a stupid bitch who went into the fucking street, who stood in the street and waited to get hit, and then everything went black. Dad, what happened? Where did I go? I'm dead. And she goes like, I'm dead, aren't I? And he was like, nah. And basically, like, this is basically it's a reincorporation of, like, oh, at first he didn't want his children to know about he didn't care about protecting his children from the grim realities of death, and now he's trying his best to do that now. Like, he's completely changed his mind. Like, oh, no, death isn't a thing ever. You didn't die. Like, it's a callback to that, but you didn't, like, and I would think that was a pretty decent, clever, like, twist, like how twist of his character, but like there's no development and you don't give a shit, so who cares? Oh, Bri-Fi gave me another $2 super chat. Can you watch QK? Oh, Queer Kid stuff in Riley's new collab. Cringe. Oh, they fucking collabed again? Oh god, I don't think I'm up to that shit. I'm not gonna do it. I don't think I'm gonna do it tonight because I'm already doing this. Like, I'm not gonna muddle my movie review with that. I think I might just do it some other time after I'm done with the review I'm working on now. Because I'm gonna do some stuff after this review. Like, I'm gonna do a couple of responses possibly and do another stream, which will possibly I'm gonna do another cringe stream, and I'll feature that collab during that stream. That I promise you that I will do that. But now I'm not gonna add it now. I'm just gonna talk about the movie and break out. Because I just want to get my thoughts out about this stupid movie. But yeah, the father goes to sleep. He goes to sleep next to the daughter. And, like, I think subconsciously he knows that this was a huge mistake. But he's so fucking broken at this point. He's just like, yeah, fuck it. It's better than nothing. I'll take this slab of meat. Oh, Pad says, I'm going to go see it. Bye. Yeah, you don't want to see how terrible this ends up anyway. Oh, I thought that was, oh, okay, whatever. But yeah, anyway, like, he was sleeping next to her, and the next day she disappears. I think she ended up downstairs. Hold on, let me fast forward it past this shit. Okay, then there's this one scene. She's puts on her ballet outfit, and this is supposed to be a sign. This is supposed to be oh shit! My life is a complex pastiche. A $20 super chat. Thank you. What do World War II movies and tentacle hentai have in common? Most of the time, the villains are Aryans. That is a good one. That's a good one. But yeah, thank you for the $20 super chat. Okay, but let me get to this, because this is when it gets. I mean, it's already stupid, but this is supposed to be the big tell that Ellie is evil, and she's like, Ellie is evil and she's out to wreck shit, because that's what she literally does in this scene. She starts wrecking shit. Like, she does her ballet routine, but it's like some kind of like weird like evil version of the ballet routine. She does it, and then she starts trashing the fucking house. It's like if you've seen I'm Gonna Get You Sucker with Keenan Ivory Wayans. Like there's this one scene where he's with his ex-girlfriend at Soul Train and they're dancing, and while they're dancing they end up fucking everybody up. They end up like beating everybody as they dance. It's kind of like that. It's like that. She starts dancing and fucking shit up and throwing pictures and shit. It's so bad. I might show y'all a couple seconds of it and quickly get like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna let me show it and like shrink the window because I don't want to get any copyright problems. I'm not trying to get that drama. Oh shit. I don't think they'll care if it's on my player, but like you can kind of see it here. I'm just gonna have it here. It's just like I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Like they start dancing and fucking shit up and beating everyone's ass, and they don't know they're doing it. It reminds me of that, and I can't take this scene seriously. And plus, how they incorporate the music just doesn't make it any better. But yeah, let me play this for y'all. Let me show you this shit. It's so dumb. Oh wait, I don't think I can play the music. She's dancing and shit. She starts trashing everything. It's so dumb. This is how you know she's evil, because she has no concern for other people's things. Ooh, the evil. Anyway, yeah, that's that. I'm hurry up and get away from that because I don't want no copyright issues. But anyway, yeah, that's the. Oh god. And plus, it's so like the girl. She's back now, and like this stupid shit. Like she makes like these faces that only a little girl trying to be evil would make. Like it's just a fucking 4-year-old in 1990 is a better actor than a fucking 9-year-old who should know better. You know what I'm saying? It's just, wow. Because the kid, I forgot the name of the actor, but the kid who played Gage in the original was a light years better actor than her. Just fucking goes over her leaps and bounds. I swear to God, Sketchy Wolf Girl says he was 2. He was 2. Like I thought he was like at least like 4, but whatever. But yeah, I think like I said, like for that young, he was so much better at acting and being creepy than a fucking girl, like a girl who should basically know better by now. Oh my god. But anyway, she makes like this evil face, and it's so bad. It's like a little. She's just being a brat. It's not really evil. It's just brattiness. And you're sitting there like, I can't take this seriously. It's not scary. But anyway, like the wife's trying to get back home now, because the fucking Gage is seeing ghosts and shit and tripping, and she's seeing ghosts and tripping. She's like, fuck it, I'm going back home. But like she's stuck in traffic, and it's taking a while. And like she goes, like Gage starts acting like getting a little fussy, and she looks back at him, but it turns out like, fuck it, like the dead guy is like sitting right next to him. And it's like, what's the point of this? What is the point of the dead guy? Because in the original, like the dead guy was just warning, like, look, was just like, Lewis, don't do this. Don't fucking ruin your life. Like, please don't ruin your life over this shit. Like, why are you doing this? Like, why? But anyway, like, okay, the wife calls Judd and tells him, could you look in on my husband? Like, he's not answering my calls. I'm worried about him, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes over there. He's not there. But the little girl is, or no. He is there. He's there. He answers the door, and he's basically like, "Fuck off. I don't want to see you right now. I'm having my own little broody, insane moments." And he does the sarcastic, he does like the darkly sarcastic thing again, and he basically tells him to fuck off. And then Judd like notices that the girl is there and like, oh, this stupid nigga went to the goddamn pet cemetery. I told his ass not to. And the little girl is like, all right, you old bastard, it's time for you to go, because it's just time for you to go. I don't want you discouraging anyone from going back there. I guess that's why she killed him. Oh, because she's just evil now. But yeah, I think he gets scared and goes back to his own crib. And he gets his gat that he keeps it, like she saw it when she was alive, and she went to his house. She saw his gat in his house, and now we're seeing it again as he gets it back out of his armoire or whatever the fuck to defend himself. This is another scene that goes on kind of long. To fast forward through it a little bit, like he's searching his whole house for this girl, and they do another fucking fake out that pisses me off, because at this point in the movie he's supposed to get his Achilles tendon snapped. He's supposed to get it cut in half, and they actually do a fucking fake out for it. This is this one part where he goes upstairs and he looks for her under the bed, and they make it look like he snaps back like he's in pain, but it's really just him, like, I don't know, reacting to pushing his bed back. I don't know. It's just so dumb. It's just so dumb. Like they zoom in on his close up on his foot, on his Achilles tendon. Like, oh, it's about to happen. It's about to happen. But no, he just goes and like kicks his bed across the room. It's so bad. It's dumb. It's really bad. But yeah, I didn't even get to that part yet in the movie. I was just talking because I already know what happens, but I wasn't there in the movie I'm watching yet, because it was so dumb. I remembered it. It was in my head already. But this is where it gets really stupid, like even dumber. This is where Ellie gets really hammy, and she starts acting like a fucking villain, like a full on super villain. Like, she starts monologuing. She's like a little Thanos. But oh yeah, I just saw like the Achilles tendon part. Oh, it's so bad. Bad as in like it's horrifying, not like bad as in is bad. But oh, that was. But yeah, like she snaps his Achilles tendon with a knife, and then she appears in front of him, and I swear to God, this is what she says. She says, "Hello, Judd." Like a fucking supervillain. It's so corny. Like, hello, Judd. I know you've been talking to my daddy. Hold on. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna let y'all hear it in a second. I just have to get to that part. Oh, I had to rewind it back to that. Oh god. But hold on. You listen to this shit. Hang on.
Hello, Judd.
And she's like, hello, Judd. And basically, she's throwing it back in his face that, oh yeah, your wife is in hell because of what you did to her. Like you sent her down to, I guess he put her in this pet cemetery. About, and then and then Ellie transforms into his dead wife. Somehow, I don't know. and then the wife starts taunting him. Like, oh, you did this to me, you did this to her, and blah, 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 blah. Hoo, 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 hoo. And, like, there's this really bad effect when Ellie's face, like, when the wife's face transforms back into Ellie's, it's such a bad effect. It's like they, instead of using actual effects, they use some kind of, like, crossfade over the face. It's so bad. It's so... Actually, I'm gonna show you guys. Hang on. I'm gonna show you. Because it's bad. It's really, really bad. Hang on. Let me show you guys. Hang on. Oh, shit. Alright, watch this shit. It's so bad looking. Alright, look. Oh, look at the. It's so bad! It's so terrible. It's bad. It's not a good effect. It's like they did some kind of crossfade effect on the face instead of like morphed it. Like instead of morphed it like with actual effects. It's bad. That's so bad. Like honestly, one of the only reasons switched they switched like the only reason why they switched the main focus from Gage to Ellie is because they needed someone who could speak full sentences, who could like basically just throw out monologues and exposition. That's the only reason. It's just a lazy writing tool. That's all it is. And you know, John Lithgow, he tried to have his last little badass moment. Like, I'd like to see you fucking try, bitch. But then then she stabs him before he could get to his gun, and that was sad. That wasn't nice. And now we cut back to the fucking father at home, and then the mother fucking walks in with the kid, and he's like. It's like he got caught watching porn. He's like, oh, hey, babe, what are you doing home so early? Oh, shit, the house is so dirty. Oh, babe, what are you doing? What are you doing home so early? Honestly, he brings his daughter back from the dead while his wife is away, but he acts like he was, like, sex chatting with some fucking Cam thought for a better part of the day, and he feels guilty about it. Like, what? It's not good. Like, hey, how you doing, baby? Brought Ellie back from the dead. Hope that's okay. But yeah, she comes home, and then he like I said, he eventually does reveal that Ellie, I brought her back from the dead. Hey, but she looks at first she just looks at him and sees that he's got dirt on his shoes and blood on his hands, and she's like, okay, what the fuck has been happening? And he's got no choice but to tell her, like, yeah, I brought Ellie back from the dead. Put her in the pet cemetery. Yeah, I did something impulsive while you were away. Don't be mad. And of course Ellie walks in and he's like, hey, I found a place that brings things back. Hug your like he does like it's in the trailer, but he's like hug your daughter. Hug her. And of course the wife is freaked the fuck. She's done. She's filing divorce papers. She's freaked the fuck out. She wants no parts of any of this. She's like, no, I don't want to hug this grimy bitch. This is not my daughter, man. But Jason Clarke, the father, Jason Clarke, he's just like, come on, hug her. You know, daughter's back. Yeah, he's out of his fucking mind at this point. And she freaks out. She freaks out. She grabs Gage, and they both go upstairs. And like Ellie's like, oh, she doesn't want me here. But then the dad is like, no, that's not true. She just needs time to adjust. He basically says that. But then Ellie says, well, that's okay. I don't want her here either. Like, yeah, she's so evil. Like, the evil of, like, your average bratty child. It's not scary. It's not fucking scary. And then he goes upstairs and tries so hard to, like, come on, just deal with it. Come on, isn't this good? Like, don't you just hate dead kids? It's dead kids suck, and I brought her back because no one likes dead kids. So you kind of have to, like, come on, you got to be cool with this. You got to be on board with me. Come on. Man and wife, we gotta be a team. We gotta just hug the beef jerky. Just do it. And the wife's acting is actually really good in this scene because it's just a natural reaction. Like all this shit, the kid and the fucking the Zelda shit. Like she's done. They're all fucked in the head at this point. Like it's just madness. It's just a cauldron of madness. And of course, the wife hears the Zelda noises again. Because, man, why not? Let's add some extra stress onto the situation. And Ellie, she runs out and leaves. Like, she overhears them arguing and just fucking leaves. Because kids, even if they're dead, don't react well to their parents fighting. And she grabs another knife and decides, I'll kill my mom. Why not? And she attacks her and calls her a useless cow. It's kind of... It's kind of funny. Oh my god, I got hiccups, y'all. But that's after she has like another Zelda. Oh shit. It's after she has another Zelda vision. She has a vision of Zelda, like she's in Zelda's place. She's got her back all twisted. She's in bed, bedridden for the rest of her life and all that shit. She's got hammer toes. Like you think I'm playing like, but no, she has hammer toes in the scene. And her back gets all twisted and shit. Yeah, they don't do shit with the Zelda thing. They don't do anything with it. It's not scary. It's just her and like she's crawling and doing this contortionist bullshit, and it's not, like I said, you've seen it before. You've seen it in The Ring. You've seen it in every other scary movie with a scary chick in it who's a demon, or like any other possession movie. It's like you've seen it. It doesn't matter. But then Ellie pops in and tries to stab the bitch. Oh yeah. She says to her mom as she's trying to kill her, like, stop struggling, you useless cow. It's so bad. It's like this kid does not pull this off at all. A fucking 2-3-year-old in the early 90s was scarier than her. I mean, come on. This is not the way. And now, like, the wife's trying to make her way out of the fucking house with the screaming kid, like with Gage in her arms, trying to fend off this murdery ass 9-year-old. Oh no, she didn't leave the house. She's just in another room. That's fucking dumb. Yeah, that was stupid. But anyway. And now we got the fucking father just wandering around the house, wondering what the fuck is going on. Having total... No, he's in Judd's house. My bad. Like I said, this is the part where it gets kind of fuzzy for me. But yeah, he's wandering around Judd's house, and he finds out that Judd has been stabbed to death. And I guess now he's having buyer's remorse about, the whole Ellie coming back from the dead thing. So I guess he goes back to the house. Oh yeah, this part's kind of like, Yeah, the mother breaks the window open and then gets Gage and hangs him outside the window as the father comes up to the house. It's like, hey, get the kid. Catch the kid because this bitch is about to fillet me. Save the baby because I'm about to fucking die. And yeah, and of course the daughter makes her way into the room and stabs the bitch. Unfortunate, but it happened. And after she stabs her, like, she gives this little laugh, like, It's just not scary. It's so lame. There's just too much of this shit. If they had kept it simple and if they kept this character simple and only showed her in like little small moments, I would have been like kind of okay with it, and kept the dialogue kind of vague, I would have been fine. But now she's like having a whole monologue with her fucking mom as she's got a knife in her fucking stomach as she's monologuing to her mother, and I'm just like, just end this shit. Just fucking end it. She's telling her how, you wanted your sister to die. Like, we could have gotten that from, all the flashback scenes, but we have to have it spelled out for us. Because like I said, Gage can't speak as well as a 9-year-old. So that's why we have a 9-year-old instead of a fucking 4-year-old doing this role. That's why we have it. It's not for any artistic integrity. It's because it's just a lazy writing tool. That's all it is. And like the mother's like, yeah, you're not my daughter. Fuck you. Fuck off, you evil bitch. And then Ellie's just like, then go be with your daughter, and stabs her until she dies. Then the father makes his way up there and finds out that, yeah, his stupidity got his wife fucking killed. And Ellie comes up behind him and knocks him out, and it goes to black. And it turns out, like, in the original, the father buried the mother in Pet Sematary. But no, now it's Ellie burying the mother in the Pet Sematary. Ellie just, like, knocks the fucking father out and, like, leaves him in there, but, like, takes the wife to the Pet Sematary herself. Like, she's literally dragging her into the Pet Sematary. I don't understand how she's pulling that shit off. I mean, I get it. She's evil, like an evil zombie girl now. I get it. She's an evil zombie girl now, but goddamn. Just how you dragging this big ass body? Whatever. But now the father, like, he's awake now. Like, he's completely lucid. Now he's trying to find his wife and this fucking zombie bitch. Basically, Ellie wants to bury her in the Pet Sematary because I guess she wants the whole family to be evil zombies like her or whatever. I'm guessing. I don't know. This movie's just so dumb. I don't get it. See, when the father was burying people, it made sense because he was insane and he didn't want to live without his family. Like, he was grief-stricken. But why is this? But why does she? Like, is this some kind of hint that she wants evil to rise on the earth plane? Like, what the fuck? But yeah, he's at the Pet Sematary, and of course there's like a lot of fucking fog and smoke, like it's a goddamn, like it's a fucking thriller video. Like, it looks so cheap, but whatever. Like, the kid shows up, she lunges at him, and they have like a little tussle. She tries to stab him several times, and she's still fucking monologuing like an idiot. Like, he's really struggling to kill this 9-year-old. He really is. And she kicks him in the fucking ribs like she's, oh my god, she kicks him in the ribs like she's Jason Statham or some shit. But then he gets the then he gets a hold of her though, and this is a callback to earlier when the cat, he was trying to sedate the cat, and the cat basically switched up his attitude when he knew he was about to get got. Like, right when he grabs a fucking shovel, he's getting ready to fucking decapitate this bitch. He's ready to go. He's got it over his head, about to launch it into her, and he takes his sweet fucking time to do it. And then suddenly she stops struggling. She's like, "No, Daddy, no. Oh. Please, no, Daddy." And of course, the fucking moron hesitates, and right as he hesitates for a second, but is right as he gets his wits together, like, and is about to do it, like, the zombie mom, who was just buried, like, comes up and stabs him in the foot, and stabs him through the back, and kills him. Cause whatever, who knows? And fuck this movie. But they take his body and they drag him and they bury him. Now they're burying him. And and I forgot to tell you guys this, but yeah, they put baby Gage in a car by himself And it's supposed to be like this like really helpless moment where the baby is alone without the parents. Now the parents are zombies, and now they're probably gonna kill the baby and make him into a zombie. But it doesn't fucking. You don't care. You don't fucking care. Like, it's just kind of funny. Because it's like, goddamn, y'all just left this fucking kid alone. And the whole family rolls up on the, like, baby Gage is in the car, and, like, he's looking up out of the front view window, he's looking out of the front window, and the whole family rolls up. The cat, the whole family, they're like, hey, you want to come with us? And the father goes to open the door, and you hear, like, you know that burp, burp, that noise you hear when you open up you electronically open up your door, your car door, unlock your car doors. That's what what you hear, and then it cuts to black. And it's just so awkward. Like you hear like the and then it cuts to black, and that's where you cut it. Like it doesn't seem right. It seems really tacky to do something like that. Hang on a second. Hang on, I want to go to it right quick. All right, now I'm going to show you guys a little bit of this. Hopefully I will not get copyrighted. But hold on, let me just hold on. Fuck. All right, let me just back up. Let me back it up. Hang on. All right, I'm going to show you guys this shit. Because it's so bad. Like, that's not where I would like. That's not where I would end my horror movie. I'm just saying, because it just, you end it on a fucking, the unlocking sound effect. Just, that's not. Just listen. And then it ends. And then it fucking ends, basically. Yeah, it basically ends there. And that's the fucking movie. And that's it. Yeah, that basically symbolizes, like, everybody's a fucking zombie. Everyone who no one cares about in this movie was a zombie, except the one who fucking mattered. Like, it's fucking retarded. But yeah, the movie it's not that good. It's bland. It's just like a meh horror movie with a couple shitty moments in it. Like it's kind of shitty. I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of shitty. It's bland. I mean, there's some things that this movie did right that the other movie didn't do right, and there's some things that the movie did, and there's some things that the first movie, like, it's just a bunch of shit. Like, like I said, there's some things that the remake did right that should have been in the original, and there's some things in the original that should have been in this movie. Like, a lot of shit from the original should have been in this movie. But the acting, like, apart from the 9-year-old when she became evil Ellie, like, her acting suffered after that. But mostly the acting was good. I think the father was a little, like, everyone could have been a little better. I don't really blame the actors. Like, they were good enough for what they were given, you know? And I don't really blame them because, like, this material is garbage. It's not that good. And the fact, them switching the focal point from Gage to Ellie made the movie suffer a lot. Because she was only used as an exposition machine, as a way to explain away things. That's the only reason why that's the only reason why it was her instead of Gage. Because 2-year-olds and 4-year-olds, whatever age he is, they can't speak as well as 9-year-olds. And we need someone to spell out the plot for people. Yeah, we need someone to spell out the plot for the people who saw the movie. Because we can't possibly just make things, I don't know, good. I mean, we've got It, and what was the other? Wasn't there another Stephen King movie that came out that was pretty good? I don't know. But It was pretty good, and that turned out well. I don't understand why they fucked this up. I mean, you had something to work with. You had a template to work with the last movie, and you fucked it up. But yeah, just, you don't really care about anything in the movie. It kind of moves too. Sometimes it moves too fast. Sometimes it moves too slowly. And like sometimes it's just like the pacing is all off. Ugh, I'm just trying to get on my this movie made my jaw clench. Ugh, my jaw is tight. That's how bad this movie is. But yeah, like I said, all the performances were good. John Lithgow and the wife, especially, I thought they were the only ones actually, uh, that really brought some real emotion and character. Uh, but everyone like the acting was good, but like those two were the best ones out of everybody. And like I said, and like the unnecessary fake outs, like the one, like the kill with the Achilles tendon, and when Ellie, when like when you think Gage is gonna get fucked up, but it's really Ellie. Why would you do that? It's so stupid. Oh, MB says, "Notice me, chubby glasses senpai. Consider yourself noticed." Oh, Mr. N says the original film had Lewis pay for his consequences by losing his whole family. He had to kill all of them, and in the end, he buries his wife, and she kills him. Yeah, basically, like, so with this, it's just like there's no consequences. Just like the only one left is it's meant to be like some kind of shock thing, but you couldn't even show a 9-year-old splattered in blood, and you couldn't even convey death correctly. You had to resort to cheap. You had to resort to cheap fake outs. You didn't even show, like, the kid you did kill. You didn't even like go hard with it. Like, it was completely sanitized. It wasn't scary. Just say what you want about the original, because like the original has problems too. There's a lot of stuff with the original I don't like, but this one, they don't improve on anything. They just make changes to make them, or just like because they're lazy at writing. They just make changes to make the writing process easier for them, and that's the only reason why. And like the ghost character that was supposed to warn Lewis away from the Pet Sematary, completely wasted. Didn't know why the fuck he was there, because in the end he was just wandering around like, hey, how you doing? I'm here. Just everything was just most things were just like wrong. I like what they did with Judd's character, like kind of making him more sympathetic and not making, like, don't get me wrong, Judd's version, like the first version of Judd was better. Like Herman Munster version was better because it added to the creep factor of the film. So technically he is better because like it's a scary movie. Like you have to get the creep factor going, and with Judd Nelson, oh my god, with John Lithgow's Judd, it was just kind of like depression and sadness and introvertedness, and there was no creepiness to him. Like, yeah, there was some times where he would just show up on the premises, and that was supposed to be like scary to the audience, and it's not. Someone just showing up isn't scary on its own. You have to add a couple of layers onto it. But then there's a problem in the original where Judd is just basically just some old fart who likes fucking with people. Like, they don't. If they had added the first Judd with the second Judd, added that shit together, that would have made a pretty compelling character. So basically, like, they're both incomplete characters that if put together would have made one whole complete character. Let's just put it that way. And just, ugh. Oh, Kill Switch Engage said made this movie was directed by the same directors of Holidays. I haven't seen that, so I don't know how bad it is, but I think that director did also direct what the fuck was it? I looked it up today. Shit. All right, hang on a second. Let me look for it cuz I remember this director directing something really bad and I remember cringing at it. And what else did this director direct? Actually, it's two directors. No. I remember these directors actually made something good. Yeah, I'm thinking of something else. Okay. Yeah, they actually directed Starry Eyes, which is actually a good horror movie. I saw that and it was actually pretty decent. Like it's kind of goofy, but that was pretty decent. They had these directors have made good shit. I think it was the writers I didn't agree with. Hang on, let me go back. Mm, 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 mm. Oh. Oh right, yeah, it was the writer because he wrote Halloween H2O, Rain of Fire. I actually like that. And actually, he wrote a couple of good things and a couple of bad things. Seventh Son, which is garbage. He actually wrote 1408, which was a pretty decent movie. But then he wrote Halloween H2O, The Prophecy 2, Children of the Corn 3. Yeah, not that good. Yeah, and yeah, not exactly a good track record. And then there's the other writer. I think his body of work was a little shittier. Oh, yeah, he wrote The Prodigy, which that recent horror movie that just came out, the one about the kid, and there's an adult man trapped in his body or whatever. It's a lot less dirty than it sounds, but that was actually halfway decent. It wasn't that bad. Well, it was not. It wasn't bad. It was just it wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't bad, is what I'm saying. Yeah, but he wrote The Prodigy, and he's writing the Jacob's Ladder. He's writing the Jacob's Ladder remake screenplay. Don't even get me started on that shit because that's don't even get me started on that because that's really not going to be good because the whole lineup for the Jacob's Ladder remake is just bad. Actually, you know what? Let's just talk about it for a minute. It's going to be directed like I don't know if there are any Jacob's Ladder fans who are subscribed to me. But if you are a fan of that movie, you're gonna be deeply fucking disappointed. It's gonna be directed by the same guy who directed what did he direct again? Oh yeah, it's a guy. It's gonna be directed by the same guy who directed The Perfect Guy. The Perfect Guy, if you know what that is. It's this one of those really bad PG-13 stalker movies that Hollywood comes out with every now and then. It's really bad. I've talked about this movie before. I think I did like a little review of it on social media somewhere. Like I think on Tumblr somewhere. It's really bad. It's really bad. And the guy who's writing it, and the guy who's writing the Jacob's Ladder remake is the guy who wrote Amusements, which is a really fucking bad horror movie. YM like Your Movie Sucks reviewed it. So if you want to know how bad it is, just watch his review. But yeah, that's gonna be bad. But anyway, yeah, Pet Sematary. Yeah, it's got mediocre writing talent behind it. The director is he's okay. Like I say, he made one good horror movie. I wasn't too put off by him. But yeah, I didn't. Pet Cemetery it just ended up being another. Uh, it just ended up being like every other fucking horror movie that's come out. It's got jump scares. It's bland. It doesn't really go anywhere. Like some of the deaths are uninteresting and sanitized, and there's no boldness to it, despite the fact that it is an R-rated horror movie. There's nothing good about it. There's like horror wise. There's just nothing to keep you. To keep you engaged. You might as well just go watch the original, and even that is questionable. A Bag of Toast says amusement was hilarious. Yeah, it was. It was. Sketchy Wolf Girl says, I never saw The Prodigy. It's actually, like I said, it's actually pretty decent. The ending was kind of okay, but it kind of rips off another movie. But it's okay. It's better than this. It's better than Pet Sematary. That's for damn sure. You have better luck watching that. All right, guys. I'm gonna pack it in here because that's basically the whole movie. I've said my piece. Like I said, the movie's generic. It's lame. Like there's certain decisions that they made that weren't necessary, but they're decisions they made that they should have made. Like it's just, and the pacing is off. The acting was good, except when it really wasn't that good. I mean, like certain reactions that some of the characters have weren't that realistic, is what I'm saying. And like turning it from Gage being the main focus to Ellie was completely unnecessary. It didn't add anything. It actually took away from what could have been a good horror movie, but they fucking ruined it. Some of these fucking horror movies could be Oscar contenders, but then you got motherfuckers behind the scenes who fuck it up and don't know what the hell they're doing. It's just it's depressing. Wiz Division Production gave me a $2 super chat. Which one you like more, Jay? Pet Sematary or Us? I like Us. Us I like better, of course, because there's more going on. Like it's some of it, like most of it is enjoyable to watch. It's just like my problem with Us is it just wasn't scary. It wasn't scary, and it was just But it's a lot better and more ambitious, and there's actually some fucking thought put into it. More than this fucking movie. Because at least Us wasn't a fucking remake that when they had like good ideas to work with and then fucked it up anyway. So Wiz Division Production says, I haven't seen Pet Sematary yet. It doesn't look like I want it either. Yeah, I wouldn't spend my money on it. I wouldn't do that. Just watch the original, or I don't know, just like go back and watch my my stream, like of me talking about it, because that's basically all I got. That's what I would advise you to do, and not just because it's my stream, because the movie's not. It's just not. It's actually worse than meh. It's kind of like, it's kind of shitty because they make changes that don't need to be made. I remember seeing Entertainment Weekly tonight tweet out that it was like the scariest fucking Stephen King movie this year. And I'm just like, fuck you. Who the hell wrote that? You cannot watch this movie and be like, oh, this is the scariest. No, it's not. It is not. It really isn't. Anyway, I'm going to see you guys later. I'm going to cut it off here because I have to get back to work on the review. Speaking of which, I am working on another review for you guys. I'm working on it now. I think I'm like halfway done with it so far. And I'm still not gonna tell you what it is because, no. I want it to be a surprise because I want you guys looking it up to watch it before you watch my review. I would like to have you guys experience it naturally. And then, like, make your decision to watch it later. Oh, Wiz Division Production just gave me another $5 super chat. By the way, I believe Us was based on the Twilight Zone mirror image episode, so not that original of an idea. Yeah, I understand, because it does take from a lot of stuff. I'm not even gonna lie. There's some themes from the movie Annihilated in there, even though I haven't really seen it. I know what elements are in that movie. I've seen clips of the movie, and it does kind of rip off some shit. It does, and it kind of rips off like Black Swan a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of like recycled ideas. But yeah, Lieutenant Nomad is like, when are you gonna be back on EFAP? Well, I don't know. That's not my decision. That's Mauler's decision. I mean, we got to come up with a good window of opportunity. I've been so fucking busy lately making shit, and he's been busy making shit. So, but anyway, like I said, let me hurry and get off. I gotta let y'all go now, otherwise I'm never gonna leave. You guys are so great. But yeah, I'm gonna go, guys. See you later, and thanks for listening to my rant about this stupid movie. I might do more of these live stream reviews. Like if it's a movie I don't feel like doing like editing. If it's a review I don't want to edit. If I'm in the middle of editing something else, then I just want to like I just want to rant about something, like get some like ideas that are fresh in my mind. I might do another one of these. I'm not gonna guarantee it though, because I don't know. I don't know. I watch a lot of bad movies, but like I don't know how this is gonna go. I might do this again, but like I said, goodbye. I'm gonna see you guys later. Thank you for hanging out with me. Love you, and thank you to everyone who sent me a super chat. You guys are fantastic. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Bye.